our Mercedes-Benz C300 DH Executive Edition saloon has arrived. Bit of a mouthful, to be honest, explaining that. However, I'll go through what it all means as we go through the car. So, Executive Edition basically is an enhanced version of trim over the SE. So you get a few extras with it. You get the sat-nav upgraded, and you get the heated seats as well. Some really nice driving features like driving mode, so dynamic suspension, and a few things. So just to go through, it's a two former keeper car, the last owner having it since 2021. It's a diesel hybrid, which is my favourite type of hybrid because the miles per gallon are extortionately higher than petrol diesels and petrol hybrids. So although it's 228 brake horsepower, 2.1 litre diesel engine, you're going to get combined miles per gallon of 78. It's got the 17-inch alloy wheels. One thing I would just like to highlight as well is the wing mirrors. As you can see, it's completely damaged when we bought it, and when it came in we saw that it's got basically a botched repair, so it looks like it's been glued here. However, I just want to highlight that we will be replacing that, and we have ordered the part, so as soon as the customer collects the car, that will be rectified. But I just wanted to highlight that as well. It's got the rear privacy glass, hands-free boot release, the AMG floor mats. Just following that as well, tow eye cover as well we've ordered, but as you can see it's missing there as well. Got Sean doing some gardening. Okay, so let's have another look at the alloys. Full leather interior. It's got the electric seats. High gloss black interior trim. I'll now show you the startup and some of the features inside. Okay, so super simple to operate. However, I'm biased because I've got a 66 plate Mercedes, so everything is pretty much the same. Now, in terms of a few things, so that service we will be doing, service prior to collection. We'll also do an MOT. It's a self-charging hybrid. So that percentage, I think when I started photoing it, it was around 33%. So it goes up as you drive and as the car's turned on. So in a second, we'll see that it increases. In terms of the mirrors, they are electronically adjustable. This side, even though the mirror is completely broken, it kind of still works. But the left side is a better, or the passenger side is a better example of the electric functions of it working. They are heated as well. Steering wheel is multi-function, so you've got voice commands, and you've also got options to turn up and to increase and decrease volume and answer and end calls. You've got your home buttons here and information basically for your speedometer. Now, my favourite feature, and I've got the same on my car, is the driving modes. So Sport Plus mode will get you that dynamic suspension. Comfort's your most basic model, whereas Eco, on the other hand, will give you enhanced miles per gallon. How this operates basically is Eco on, for example, with air conditioning, you can, if you don't use air conditioning, you will be more fuel efficient. It does drain your fuel a little bit. So it puts your air conditioning onto Eco mode, obviously at the expense of a little bit of temperature, maybe being a little bit warmer in the car. However, what you can do is you can change it to individual, and if you put it on that, every time you start the car, those settings will be the same. So as you can see here with individual, I'm just going to pop back onto the infotainment systems version of the sports mode. So it's called Dynamic Select. You can either press the buttons right here to have it on your screen, or alternatively you can do it through the infotainment system. So for example, you can have Comfort, Eco, Sport Plus or Sport. And I like to drive my car in Sport Plus because it feels very
light and fun. However, it does drain your fuel quite a bit. Again, like I was saying, you can have eco climate control, and steering can be put into sport or comfort as well. Okay, so the camera, so front and rear parking sensors. You've got a couple of different angles for your camera, as you can see here, to make parking a little bit easier. And you've got a nice display here for your parking sensors. The gear stick is super easy to operate, so I'm so used to it now. Also, you can see the percentage has gone up on the battery. Right there, it's 56% now. So you simply, if you're parking, you don't need to press the parking brake. You just simply press this button here and it will put the parking brake on for you once you shut the engine down. You can, just to drive, you simply just press it down and the car with your foot on the brake and pop it into drive. Reverse is pressing it up. Makes things a lot easier because you don't need to constantly move your hands and pull off a parking brake or anything like that, or a handbrake. Heated seats. Navigation. And you can connect your phone for audio and calls as well. The radio is FM, AM and DAB. Speakers are excellent, feels very premium, and I'd say that the whole model itself feels really premium. It's not a slow car, being 228 brake horsepower. It's also very efficient. It feels like quite a premium car for what it's worth, for the money. Again, instrument clusters are very nice. I actually think that I think Mercedes have to an extent in their newer models gone downhill with how they've set out the interior. I think Mercedes used to be pioneers of interior with the best quality features inside. However, some of their more recent models, like 2025 plates, just don't have that as much. I think it's almost timeless with Mercedes. Again, where you don't have the gear stick here, you've got a little bit more space. Hands here, you can change modes, you can change volume, things like that. You've got physical buttons as well as having the buttons for the infotainment system, so you have the option of it. Some modern cars, Range Rover in particular, just have like touchpad buttons for climate and things like that. It can be a little bit more annoying when you're driving. You don't have time to click onto the touchpad to then have a different screen come up to change your climate, whereas Mercedes have it all here with physical buttons. It's something I really like. As always, MOT and service prior to collection of the vehicle. We've been operating for 25 years. We're a family-run business and we'd be more than happy to help you.